Okay, sit yourself onto, just get yourself ready for your restorative practice. So not sit, so lay yourself down, have lots of comfort in things around you. Have a bolster underneath your knees, have a couple of blocks for underneath your feet. Have a folded blanket for your head. And a blanket to cover yourself with. Lay yourself down and just give yourself some opportunity to just relax into the floor. Listen to the breath. Focus on long, slow, deep, deliberate inhalations and exhalations. So cover yourself over for comfort and warmth. And allow yourself to just release down into the floor. Let the muscles relax. Let your muscles relax. Allow the physical body to become heavy on the ground. Soften your jaw and your tongue and your throat. And just enjoy the opportunity to release into the floor. Consciously let go of the muscles of the arms and the legs, unhooking them so that the body becomes heavy on the ground. Out of that heaviness, perhaps you observe the physical lightness that can feel as though you are floating above the ground. Focus on long, slow, deep, deliberate breaths and drawing your attention down into the sole of the foot. Draw your attention into the soles of the feet so that they tingle with consciousness. Cover your eyes if it feels like it's difficult to relax. With each exhalation, allow yourself to release into the floor a little more each time. Soften your jaw and your tongue and your throat, and soften the sole of the foot so that you relax the skin and the muscle and the bone of the sole of the foot. Relax the soles of the feet and soften the tops of the feet. Soften the muscle and the skin and the bones. Soften the tops of the feet and soften the shins. Soften the skin of the shins and allow the shin bones to sink into the bed of the calf muscle. Soften the kneecaps with an exhalation and soften the thighs. With an exhalation, soften the pelvis and the belly button. And soften the kneecaps and soften the thighs. And soften the hip socket. Allow the pelvis to completely let go. Soften the abdomen Soften the rib cage and the area around the chest. Feel how the chest expands with the in-breath and deflates with the out-breath. Relax the chest and the shoulders and the arms, just let them flop into the floor. The upper arms and the lower arms and the palms. Soft and yielding. Draw your attention into the feeling around the neck and release the muscles of the neck and the throat. Release the arms. Soften the shoulders and the neck and the muscles around the face. Keeping your eyes as still in the sockets as you can. Enjoy this feeling of complete relaxation. Quite possibly the first time all day you have had to yourself. Okay, when you're ready to disturb yourself, just gently wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. And then bend your knees, bring your feet onto the bolster. The feet on the bolster, the knees apart. And then very gently, just roll yourself onto your right side. Straighten out your top leg, come back up into a seated position. We're just going to go into our child's pose, which is calming and restful. So get yourself a couple of bolsters. If you haven't got a couple of bolsters, use one bolster and have some blocks underneath that bolster, just so that you're kind of quite high up. Have the bolster between your knees, and then guide yourself forwards, and then allow your head to rest on one side. Just rest with your head on one side, and let the arms just drape down along the floor. So have your arms wide enough apart so that you don't need to support your weight with your arms. Just let the body rest into the bolster. Pick up your head, rest your head on the other side, just stretching out your neck evenly. Pick up your head and rest your head on the other side. On the first side again. Pick up your head, swap your head, just rest on the other side again, just evenly stretching out the neck. Just pick up your head, push your hands into the floor, and then push yourself up into a seated position. Observe how your energy has changed. And then move the bolsters out of the way. We're just going to be directly on the floor in our supported half frog pose. So we're just going to come down, or unsupported really. We're going to come down directly onto the floor. Have your hands, your elbows outstretched, and your hands underneath your head. And then you're going to bend out the right knee along the floor, and then keep the left leg straight, and then have your head pointing in the same direction as the bent knee. So this is our frog pose. Feel very gentle, but deeply energizing. Oh, sorry. Oh, I have no idea what happened there. Sorry. How odd. Just allow the body to completely release into the floor. So this pose really gently opens out the front of the bent leg hip. It's a really good de-stressing, grounding pose. straighten out the leg. Just rest with your head, your forehead on the floor for a moment. Just feel how the hips feel a little different, a little even, or a little uneven perhaps. So we'll just address that. Bend out the other leg. Bring your head onto the same side as the bent knee. And again, just rest into the floor. So this connection to the ground, quietening for the brain, just allowing the body to relax. Okay, pick up your head, just stretch your legs out, just rest your forehead on the back of your hands. Just Just rest down into the floor for a moment. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders and just push yourself up into seated position. Observe how your energy feels a little different. So we're going to do our legs up the wall pose. So get a bolster close to your wall. You might want a belt to tie your legs up so that you can tie them in. You can tie them up so you're not kind of having to kind of hold the legs in place. The tied legs kind of stay in place for themselves. So get your bolster, get your belt, put it into a little loop, and then just have that where you can reach when you're upside down. So sit yourself onto your bolster. So sit beside the bolster and have some blankets and things. So you can sit on the bolster to start off with and then roll yourself up into the position. And then get the belt around your feet, around your, and then just tie it around the tops of your shins. You can have a blanket still just around the feet and just covering yourself over. And then once you're in position, then rest your arms over your head, just laying down on the ground. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath, just enjoying this feeling of gentle inversion. So the hands over your head, just resting on the floor. Okay, bend your knees. You can slip the belt off. And then just gently roll over onto your side. And then just very gently, don't sit up too quickly because you'll go dizzy. Just sitting cross legs, just observing your energy, how your energy has changed. And then just get the bolster from underneath your knees, the blanket from underneath your head. And then we'll finish how we began in our basic relaxation pose, but this time you don't need blocks underneath your feet, just have the bolster underneath your knees, and then guide yourself back down onto the floor. Just make sure that your blanket is well folded underneath you so that you can really just relax into the floor. Cover your eyes if there's too much light, just to give you some time of quietness, of gentleness, of dark. So that's just the light dark. Allow the muscles of the arms and the legs to completely relax. Unhook the muscles of the arms and the legs and feel that the body just releases into the floor. It becomes heavy on the ground. And the muscles muscles relax, let the body release, and feel that as you let go of the physical body, a feeling of heaviness comes over the physical body, but a feeling of energetic lightness radiates from the bones and into the muscles, and the organs. Feeling that energetic lightness radiating into the muscles and the organs and the flesh and the skin. Use your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that feeling of energetic lightness evenly down into the toes and into the fingers and up into the top of the head. And then very gently wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers, bring yourself back into this pose of Shavasana. And then bend your knees, bring your feet onto the bolster, and then very gently roll onto your right side. Just stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg, come back up into a seated position. Bring your hands into Namaste, close your eyes and draw your breath in through the nose and down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you have released through your practice. A good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy, the extensions and the forward bends and the relaxation poses bring to the body and to the mind. And then draw your chin down to meet your chest. Spend a moment to acknowledge the positive energy you have created inside. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then very gently release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. Hold on to the tip of the index finger and the thumb. Just a gesture of wisdom, physical intelligence and peacefulness that we can carry into our evening. Gently raise your head and allow your eyes to softly open. Thank you very much. So hopefully you feel as though you've really lifted your energy and giving yourself some good positive energy to put into your evening. So thank you very much for joining me.